Hey guys, it's Pastor, and this is another episode of Don't Be a Noob. Today we're going to be talking about grenades, and I got 8 tips for you. Hope you enjoy them. Lesson number 1, use them or lose them. Lesson 2 and 3, controlling a lane and killing without being seen. Chucking the grenades behind cover will allow you to kill people without them ever having seen you and thereby not putting yourself in jeopardy. Controlling a lane means you're picking a high traffic area and chucking those grenades downrange. They're doing damage, killing people, and allowing you a suppression effect so you're more effective with your weapon. Lesson 4 and 5, finding bad guys and softening them up. So, you use grenades to find bad guys by throwing them in locations where you can't actually see, and the enemy responds with, well, usually a not very kind comment about there being a grenade near them. This tells you that there is in fact a bad guy in close proximity to where you threw that grenade. The other thing with throwing a grenade that indicates the presence of bad guys is the hit coin that you get on your screen where your crosshairs are will blink, and that indicates you have a hit. When you see that, there's a bad guy there. Grenades will often flush your opponent out of their location, allowing you to finish them off with your primary or secondary weapon. So as you see in this clip here, I may not be getting a lot of kills with my grenade, but one thing I'm doing very effectively is I'm softening the enemy position up. They're pushing on this MCOM and I'm using the grenades to get those hit coins and that damage that's allowing them to be easier kills for me. There's a double kill I get that I think was due to damage that they sustained from my grenade. Anytime you can get an opponent with less than 100 health in a firefight, that's a winning scenario for you. So grenades, use them as often as possible. And that goes with lesson 1, use them or lose them. In addition, if you're throwing grenades in a consistent area and the enemy stops showing up in that area, try shifting where you're throwing your grenades, as the enemy is probably shifted to slightly further back, and that should get you some hit coins. Lesson number 6, distractions. Grenades offer an invaluable distraction based on the fact that they're just really loud explosions. This allows you to operate in 2 lanes relatively effectively, specifically as a support class or with a support class near to you so you can reload those 2 frags. What you see here in this video is me looking down a lane towards the MCOM, suppressing people trying to disarm and getting lots of picks. And so I don't get flanked, I peek out and chuck some grenades repeatedly. This is a distraction for people thinking I'm in a different spot, and it slows enemy approach because nobody likes to walk through a bunch of explosions. That's not usually fun. Now, I firmly believe because I was throwing these grenades with such consistency on the location to the left, that it was keeping the enemy from pushing up on my position just by virtue of the fact that you just don't go where lots of things are exploding. Unless you want to have one of those cool Hollywood scenes where you run through explosions and miraculously come out unharmed. Another effective way to use grenades as a distraction is to chuck them in a direction that you're not actually approaching from. So, for example, a bad guy is hiding behind a Connex building and you chuck 2 grenades to the right. He sees that and is expecting someone to be coming in from the right side. So what you do is you chuck those, first one explodes, you come around the left of the Connex, he is distracted, and you get the kill. Another key use for the grenades as a distraction is if you're under fire and a superior enemy force is approaching, you fall behind cover, throwing grenades in between you and them, and this provides you a little bit of a safety net so that you can stop and heal up and re-engage the enemy on your terms. Let's talk using that grenade specifically and how you throw it. Lesson 7, angles. So what I mean by angles is chucking a grenade and hitting the corner of a wall or a pillar or some other object to change the direction of the grenade and thereby ricochet it into a room or desired location for maximum kill effect. It will of course take lots of practice to get all of those angles right and be efficient at it. And that brings us to our final lesson, lesson number 8, the double nade approach. This is where you're approaching, for example, an alley on Grand Bazaar, and there's often people in the kitchen and the room across from the kitchen, which is another spawn for the B flag on Conquest. If you throw a grenade to the left, you can start approaching because that guy will now retreat, and you throw a grenade to the right. As soon as the grenade on the left blows, you go into that room, the grenade on the right will blow, and now you can secure the area. As always, thanks for watching guys. I hope you find these tips helpful. Don't forget to hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel for new Battlefield videos every week.